Are you doing the intro?
Sure.
Okay.
Hello, snowboarders of the internet. I am one of your hosts, Kevin Hubb, and this is the other,
Avran LeFeber.
and this is the Angrysnowboarder podcast, episode 14.
14. We're still alive.
We are still alive.
We're not old enough to drive, though. We haven't done enough episodes to be able to drive.
No, but we can work in some states.
We can also be married.
Which is weird.
We can be in an arranged marriage, too.
Yeah.
Which...
That's a weird legal hole. I don't like that.
You like legal holds.
Anyways.
We're back. We're alive. Neither of us have the coronavirus, which is key right now.
Very key.
Very key. There's probably going to be a horrible epidemic of outbreaks in the high country because everything else is shut down but ski resorts. And I've realized right now, all the people that could cancel have canceled because they either got traveler's insurance or they don't care because they have the money to not care.
Yeah.
But the poor people or the people that booked out a year in advance so that they could get a cheap trip, we're going no matter what. I got to witness one of those people today. It was number one snowboard dad with his 25-year-old fucking snowboard. He was trying to get on the Woodward Express, so it was little Timmy, dad, fat mom, who's really dumpy looking and kind of slow, and then little Susie. Little Susie comes out. Dad goes out. Little Timmy comes out. Mom is doing that fucking Running Man on skis, bullshit, not paying attention. So she comes out, and the chair, the way it comes down, then it turns 90 degrees, and then you load, and then it turns 90 degrees and goes back up. She came out late, so it started to push her, and she wasn't quite centered where her seat was, but it wasn't bad. And she kind of pushed into number one snowboard douche dad, and rather than like him just push her to the side a little, because that's all it would have done, he dramatized it and purposely fell off.
No.
So they had to stop it. Got up and started screaming at the lifty, telling him that it was unsafe and that he had to do his job. And I looked at him and I was like, well, maybe if your wife would remove her head from her ass and look around, it wouldn't be. But I was like, you're the one causing this. And he's like, you got something to say? And I was like, no, I've already said it, you dumb shit. Why don't you say it to my face? I was like, I'm looking at you. I made eye contact. I mean, what more do you want? I was like, sit your ass down, push your wife to the side. Yeah, damn right she's my wife. And I was like, yeah, she's probably the only one stupid enough to marry you. And like the whole time it's like, it's the park chair. So it's a whole bunch of like early 20-year-olds to mid 20-year-olds just laughing. And this guy's like, and I was like, if you what? You fucking already fell off. You've proven you can't do shit. Sit down, shut up, and go. We got shit to do. And like the people next to me were like, man, that guy looked like he wanted to fight. And I was like, he could run his face at my fist. I was like, he's fat and out of shape. One kick to the knee and he's on the ground.
Yep.
And but those are the type of people. And I was going to do the top 5 people you will encounter at spring break, but now I think it's going to be the top 5 people you would have encountered at spring break.
Yeah, because spring break's basically not happening.
It's dead.
Yeah,
it's dead. And I'm supposed to go to Utah, and we're playing it day by day right now on it. But it looks like talking to people in Utah and like where we're going to be. We're pretty safe, but there's like protocols we're taking, and we got a notice from the Airbnb people that they've wiped everything down, which doesn't mean shit to me because I'm going to go in and spray everything right back down with it. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. I've got about 30 snowboard reviews already written, and probably 22 of those are filmed, stockpiled. It's being a little hellacious with everything going on, getting stuff and whatnot, but as long as the resorts are open and it's not too crowded, I will be out riding because, you know, if it's super crowded, I am immunocompromised, so I have to be cautious of big groups, which I wasn't today because it was a day for Jake, and I went and there was people, lots of people, lots of people. It was, but it was a good turnout. I mean, I'm glad that we got to do that, and the weather was good, and it was a nice day to go out there and just see how everyone was celebrating Jake and honoring his legacy because we were all there, which is also funny because the LA Times put out a travel article, and it was basically like a the first 3 paragraphs of the 7 or 8 paragraphs was a woman bitching about how snowboarders ruin everything. It literally sounded like it was from the fucking 1980s or early 90s. And then she went on to praise how Deer Valley's great and there's no snowboarders. And, the whole time, all I could think of is this dumb twat waffle fucking, she needs to be throat punched, 1.
Yeah.
2, the best was she's like, I was in an accident once and they did a tear, a minor tear in her knee, in her meniscus. I have no meniscus in either knee. I'm still out there. And she was like, I didn't go for 10 years. That just tells me that she's one of those people that goes 5 days a year and is one of the people that causes problems. Because there are people that just literally fucking cause problems.
Yeah.
That's why I do top 5 videos mocking them. And I hope that they see them. I hope they get offended. And then I hope they realize that offense that they took was because they are them. So there was that. And what have you been up to?
Not much. I got sick right before the coronavirus thing and had none of the consistent symptoms. So I know a few of you that have been on the live chats the last couple of times have known that I've been not feeling great. And so just to let everybody know, no consistent symptoms with COVID-19. So pretty confident I don't have coronavirus. But that finally subsided. But recently, right before I got sick, I actually did a cat trip to Monarch, which was sick.
Monarch cat trip. That is, I need to go on one of those. They get some good snow down there. Yeah.
Yeah, snow was solid. Like everything had blown in really good. At one point, we were at a spot that's pretty exposed as far as like wind goes, and like we got out there, and all of the guides were like blown away because there was 0 wind.
Oh, so it was like donut hole?
Kind of, yeah. Just like up on top of like a big bowl, and they were like, "We've never been up here without wind." That was
awesome.
Sick. Yep. So thanks DC for that. That was dope.
Oh, you went with DC?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, because I saw a bunch of people went with Ride, and then a bunch of people went with Dragon too.
Yeah, so. Nate spends like a month out there.
Yeah, he does. I ran into him at Copper the other day and was talking to him.
Yep.
About things. So
one of the perks of the job.
Yeah. Well, I mean, reps.
You gotta get it when you get it.
Yeah, reps don't get to ride as much as us.
Yeah.
So I mean, when they get it, they should get it, and I hope it's always good. Because there was a demo for Winterfest at Copper, and Matt Olson, our LibTech rep, or Mervin rep, was there, but it was for LibTech. And I took him out and made some laps with him, and he was just like, "Dude, you're just taking me to the POW." And I was like, "This is the most tracked out low angle POW I can find, but it's the only spot where it's like good.
Yeah.
Like everything else is just baked." And he's like, "No, we're getting it." He was so stoked, and I was just like, "This dude is." I was like, "That's all I care about." He was happy.
Yeah. Anytime we can get reps to ride, we're stoked.
Yeah. So there's that. Yeah, we've been doing a lot more live streams pretty much every Friday. It's like a happy hour between 4:30. Try to go for as long as we can. Having some technical difficulties. Either my internet keeps cutting out or the computer can't process it anymore, and it's overclocking the GPU in the new computer, which is weird because the old computer, I friggin' streamed for like 4 hours one time, and that thing didn't have any problem. So I think we're going to have to switch back to the old computer. So anyone that just sees it drop dead, I'm sorry about that. I've been trying to figure out stuff, so it's still a learning process, but I want to get to the point where we're doing more live streams. I want to get them to the point where Kevin can actually be here and we can sit in front of the altar of snowboarding back there, which, yeah, for all you guys listening to the podcast that aren't watching us on YouTube, the new background is done, the new set. We call it the altar of snowboarding. One of our fans and good friend of the podcast, Stephen Barons, actually helped me build that. He's a man that knows how to use tools, and he has the right tools for the job, and we were able to put that thing together in about 2 hours, and I'd had an idea and stuff, so to build it out, it's still a little sparse with the decorations. I'm still looking at that, but I got the photo from Videograss, the original Videograss movie. That's Jared Hattie's teeth from when he knocked him out. Got a couple of the Curator Publishing, the Current State book, which was David Benedict's book that came out about 10 years ago. I got P3 up there, Todd Richards' autobiography. Got a photo up there from a good friend of everything we do, Carlo Marasegan, used to be my roommate, a couple season passes. Little Lego guy, got a Brucey, John Cena Corn's back there. And then for those of you that haven't tuned into the live stream, you should. We've got the wheel, which the original wheel. We haven't given it a full name, but anytime you super chat on live stream to have us answer your questions, you get a spin of the wheel. You might lose your turn and your question doesn't get answered. You might get to pick a top 5. You might win a sticker pack. You might get a rant. You never know what you're going to get on the wheel. But yeah, for everyone that super chats, you get a spin of the wheel. And it's kind of this new thing we're doing. I think we're going to probably have, I got to talk with Steven, but I think we're going to try to build like a big friggin' wheel that'll sit back here for live streams. Like I'll just wheel it out and then we'll just spin the damn thing and it'll have like 100 different things on it. And I think that would be really funny and interactive to have going on there. So, but it's just a perk of the live streams. But the live streams have been good. We keep about 100 people on there. And Kevin's usually moderating the chat, so you can get him answering questions. You got me answering questions. Sometimes I feel like you answer more questions than I do.
I feel like it's a lot easier just to type because I'm also limited to 200 characters.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier for me to just get in there, see something, just put a quick answer in. Somebody's asking about gear. I don't have to explain anything. I just, if they're saying, oh, well, what bindings to go with this? And I just list bindings where you talk about it a little more. So it's a little bit more lengthy the way that you do it versus me just typing a couple answers. But yeah, I mean, I try to get in there and make sure we got answers to everything. Yeah.
It's a different thing.
Working pretty good. You guys are asking good questions.
So. Yeah, there's good questions. There's good interactions. It's always good to see. The bigger thing is, the summer months in the northern hemisphere are coming up, so we'll see what's going on in the winter months down in the southern hemisphere and how live streaming and whatnot. But May, June are kind of like dead months for us. It's a weird thing, and so I've been toying with either we do a top 5 month where you just get a top 5 every day, and I've been kind of filming some stuff and putting it aside, or you get a live stream every day. It wouldn't be like the colossal ones that I do where I go like 2 to 4 hours, but I'm thinking like a half hour, 45-minute live stream every day. But different days of the week, I would pick different times, and with it being winter in the southern hemisphere, I think the weekend ones, it would be like super early in the morning for us, or like 1, 2 in the morning, or midnight, something like that, to try to help those people on the other side of the world that, like Australia, New Zealand, they're down there and their time zones and whatnot.
Right.
So that's something that we've been toying with, and I think right now we should probably dive into this podcast.
Let's do it.